And so when you went to USC, you were going there to play linebacker.
No.
They wanted you to play linebacker at first.
So I got recruited. So there were some O-linemen. I don't know if you know the name Kyle Murphy or Josh Garnett.
I don't know those names, no.
So they went to Stanford, played lineman. He was a left tackle at Stanford. But they went to my high school. Kyle Murphy went to my high school, not Josh. But and then Sean Harlow. Do you know that name at all? Plays for the Falcons. He went to Oregon State.
Do we know the name back there, boys? If it's not 49ers, Bloss ain't gonna know.
Yeah, he was, both really good prospects out of same high school. So we had some, Pac-12 schools that would come around and they recruited me. But at the time I was playing linebacker and receiver my sophomore year. And I remember Orgeron had like one of the little film cameras.
Yeah.
And he was like filming me doing linebacker drills. And I was like, I thought this guy was here for, the seniors who are getting recruited to play at SC. And he was just like, no, like I want to film this dude Darnold. Like he looks like he's got some athletic ability. And I was like $190 at the time.
Grow into it.
Same height. I was tall early on, but I was a skinny little linebacker who would just get tossed around by left tackles in our league. But I was playing like 3-4, like Will at the time. So I was like kind of on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Trying to fight off tight ends and tackles when they were trying to run block. So that was fun at 190.
Yeah. When Orgeron came, had this little camcorder on you, filming you up. You're $190. Did you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to the league now?
No, I had no idea. Dude, I didn't really know what a scholarship offer was until I got offered my first one.
Who was your first offer?
University of Utah.
Oh, hell yeah. Utes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they offered me after my sophomore year. I played like 2 games at the end of the season at quarterback because the starter got hurt, and they offered me based on some tape that they saw of those 2 games, and then of like some drills that I did for him during the spring.
No shit.
Crazy. Yeah. And so he offered me the scholarship. He was like, hey man, like we want to offer you a scholarship to play football at the University of Utah. And I was like, oh, okay.
At quarterback after 2 games.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't really knew like what it entailed, or like, he was like, you pretty excited about it? Or you just, I was just very like kind of monotone. Like, yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you, coach. Like, can't wait to, continue talking to you, whatever. And he goes and tells my parents like right after that. And I just see my mom melt. She's just crying. Yeah, everywhere. And I'm just like, I think this is a little bit bigger deal than I thought.
Right.
And so they're like, yeah, like my dad kind of explained it to me and the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, dude, you're going to get offered like full tuition to go to the school just to play ball and like potentially have a chance at going to the league.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
And so I don't know. I think it was kind of cool to, live my entire kind of childhood and my high school life, not really knowing what, I was necessarily going for. I wasn't ever trying to get an offer, but it just happened. And
so when you were growing up playing ball, you never thought, oh, I'm going to be an NFL football player someday, or I'm going to be an NBA basketball player or MLB?
No, I always dreamed of playing in professional sports, doing something, but I didn't know necessarily kind of the steps to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, I want to play professional ball, do something. And so I was just like, dang, like, I guess the next step would be college after high school, right?
Right, yeah. Usually football is like just a singular line trajectory of where you're going to go. Yeah,
exactly. So, so I got offered, and I was, after they kind of, told me what it was and what was going on, then they told me. They're just like, I was just, so happy about, the situation. And then it's funny, like once you get that first offer, I mean, you know how it is. It just
starts rolling in.
Yeah.
And you got one your sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
That's is that abnormal? I have one guy, that dude from Michigan, he got one in 8th grade, which is kind of wild. Do you have any kids at your school that were getting offers like that?
Yeah. I mean, not in my high school. But obviously, you got guys in, like David Sills, who now plays receiver, I think, for the Giants. He played at West Virginia, I believe. And he was like one of the top recruited kids in California to play quarterback, and ended up getting offered in 7th grade, I believe, by like Lane Kiffin at SC.
Shit.
Yeah. And it was insane.
Kid has zero pubic hair on his body, and they're just going to all of a sudden give him an offer.
I mean, hey, that's, he might have.
He might have. Some 7th graders did.
Yeah.
Luke Stedman, when I was in middle school. Kid was a hoss. He had a receding hairline at 12 years old. It was unbelievable. So you get the Utes. And so you're kind of like, hey, I guess I'm just going to college now. This is going to happen. What happened after that? Who were the next ones to fall in line?
Shoot, it was kind of other Pac-12 schools.
And you didn't start playing quarterback till your junior year?
Yeah, like full time. So yeah, kind of that off season.
Yeah.
Sophomore going into junior year, I started playing more quarterback. But yeah, man, it was just Pac-12 schools. A couple, I think it was just Tennessee, honestly, who offered me. And then
Smart move, huh?
And then and then it was like Big Ten, like Penn State, some other ones. But
Did you get Michigan?
I didn't. You know, it's funny. Right when Harbaugh got the Michigan job, he called me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was kind of pitching, and I was just like, "Hey, like I've committed to USC." Like this was after, like right when I was about to start my senior year, and I was like, "Listen, like I made a commitment to go to SC. Like I appreciate you reaching out, but so yeah, he did reach out, and you know, assumed that he would have probably offered me, but I didn't even let him get that far. I was just like, I'm going to SC.
That loyal cat, huh?
Yeah. I mean, dude, I grew up an SC fan.
Yeah, I mean, you grew up with Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, those dudes
like
out there slaying it.
Primetime SC ball, and I was, you know, that was my childhood. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Pete Carroll was the dude too. Man.
Yeah.
He played SC perfectly. Did all the stuff he needed to do. And then dipped right when the sanctions were. Yes.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell coming in doing practice. Do you guys have anything like that at SC?
He did it right. We never did, dude.
God. Who were your coaches at SC?
So I was with Sark. I was with Sark for about a year and a half, and then Clay took over as the interim, and then ended up getting the job after that first year, where we had a pretty good year.
That's awesome.
That year. Yeah.
So when you were coming out, as soon as you got offered by the Utes, you're like, I want to go to SC. The whole time you're like, I want to go to SC.
Well, I always wanted to go to SC.
Yeah. So when they offered, it was a done deal.
Yeah, it was, because they offered late too. Like I actually went on some unofficial visits. I went to Duke, Northwestern, and then I went to Oregon.
Why'd you go to Duke? Why'd you go to Northwestern?
I wanted to, right?
Smart kid.
No, I'm not actually.
Well, Duke's a good school, right?
I thought I was, but no, Duke's a great school. Northwestern too, but I really liked Fitz, who's the coach at Northwestern.
He's a great
and I like Cutcliffe a lot, just knowing his background with the Mannings and stuff. I was like, you know, I want to get to know this guy and potentially play for him. I think it'd be sick.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of my mindset with that. And then went to Oregon after that. So I went Duke, Northwestern, Oregon, and then I came back down to do a camp like last minute at SC. Mm-hmm. They had like a middle school camp going on, and then I was thrown in the mix because Sark wanted to see me throw in person. He had never seen me throw in person. So I threw for him. I probably like 50 balls, just kind of warming up, and then on the run, just really like low key workout. And then he took me in his office and offered me on the spot there. And I thought about it. You know, I made the whole list, pros and cons, where I wanted to go, top 3 schools, and you know, that was once I made the pros and cons list, I was like, pros for SC. Yeah. And then there were no cons.
Yeah, it was over for you, huh?
Like, okay, yeah, this is pretty easy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Parents can see me play.
I hope you guys like this clip. If you want to continue to be for the boys, you need to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, and check out our playlist. We have all the links right here on the screen. As always, biggest of hugs and tiniest of kisses. Also, go check out the full episodes, but always for the boys.